Why do you cling to the wreckage of who you were? That person is gone, dead, and yet here you are, building a shrine to them in your head. Every mistake, every regret, every failure, it's like you're holding on for dear life, as if they're all you have left. But let me ask you this, what's the point of living in the ashes? They want you to believe that's where you belong, in the dirt, in the shadows of your own self-pity. And you've bought into it like a fool at a rigged carnival game. Let me share a little secret. That past version of you, the weak, broken, pathetic version, they don't exist anymore. Stop dragging them around like some badge of honor. You know what they are? Dead weight. The kind that'll drown you if you don't let go. And here's the funny thing. They'll all say, "Oh, you've changed," like it's a bad thing, as if you're supposed to stay the same, trapped in the shell of who you used to be, just to make them feel comfortable. Screw that. Change is survival. Change is evolution. And if they can't keep up, well, then they don't deserve to be in your story anymore. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine a snake shedding its skin. Does it mourn the old one? Does it cry over what it left behind? No. It leaves it in the dirt and slithers forward. Stronger, sharper, ready for the next challenge. That's what you need to do. Shed that old skin, leave it behind, and don't you dare look back. Oh, but I know what you're thinking. But what if I mess up again? What if I fall? Well, let me ask you this. What's worse, falling or staying on your knees forever? You think those people out there care if you stumble? No, they're too busy watching, waiting for you to fail so they can point and laugh. But here's the trick, you get back up. Every damn time. You rise and you keep rising until the only thing they can do is choke on their own jealousy. You're not that person anymore, the one who let them walk all over you, the one who apologized for existing. That person is gone, dead and buried. And if you keep trying to breathe life into that corpse, you'll suffocate on the stench of it. The world's a cruel place, my friend. It doesn't care about your past, your pain, or your struggles. It'll kick you when you're down and laugh while you bleed. But you've got something they don't. You've got the power to reinvent yourself, to rise from the ashes like a goddamn phoenix. And when you do, they won't know what hit them. But you can't do that if you're still holding on to the past like it's some kind of lifeline. It's not. It's a noose, and it's tightening around your neck with every second you waste looking back. So cut the rope. Let go. Burn it all down if you have to, because the only thing that matters is who you are right now. Not who you were, not who they think you are, but who you choose to be in this very moment. You're not the same person anymore, and that's your greatest weapon. So use it. Strike hard, strike fast, and don't ever look back. People love to remind you of who you were, don't they? Every chance they get, they'll drag your skeletons out of the closet, parade them around like trophies. Remember when you failed? Remember when you fell apart? Remember when you weren't good enough? They spit those words at you like venom, hoping it'll sting, hoping it'll keep you in the place they built for you. But here's the funny part, they're not doing it because they care. Oh no, they're doing it because they're terrified. Terrified of what happens when you stop playing their game, when you stop letting their words define you. Because the moment you let go of who you were, you become something they can't control, and that scares the hell out of them. You think they want you to succeed? No, they want you stuck in the mud, spinning your wheels, going nowhere. Because as long as you're down there, they feel bigger. But you're not staying down. Not anymore. Let me tell you something. Better yet, let me show you the truth. The second you stand up, the second you start climbing out of that hole they shoved you into, they panic. They'll claw at you, throw dirt in your face, and try to drag you back down. And you've got two choices. Let them win or shove their hands away and keep climbing. Here's the thing about people, they don't hate the old you. No, they hate the new you. The you that doesn't need their approval. The you that doesn't crumble under their criticism. The you that's stronger, smarter, and far more dangerous than they ever imagined. That's why they keep pulling at you. They're terrified of the real you, the one you're becoming. But here's the secret. You don't need them. You never did. All those people who turned their backs on you, the ones who laughed at your pain, who watched you struggle and did nothing, they were never in your corner. They were just waiting for you to fail so they could feel better about their own miserable lives. And yet, you've been carrying them, haven't you? Carrying their opinions, their judgments, their expectations like some kind of sick, twisted burden. But why? Why give them that power over you? They don't deserve it. They don't deserve a damn thing from you. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you lived for you? Not for them. Not for their approval. Not to prove them wrong. But for yourself? I'll bet you don't even remember. You've spent so much time trying to be what they wanted that you forgot how to be you. But that ends now. You're not here to make them happy. You're not here to fit into their little boxes or play by their rules. You're here to break the damn game, to rewrite the rules, to become something they can't ignore, can't deny, and can't destroy. You've got fire in you. I can see it. A spark buried under all that doubt, fear, and guilt. But it's there. And you know what fire does? It burns, consumes. It destroys everything in its path. But it also forges. It takes the broken pieces and melts them down, turning them into something new, something stronger, something unstoppable. That's what you are, a fire. And it's time to stop hiding it, to stop letting them smother it. Let it burn. Burn away the past, the pain, the lies. Burn until there's nothing left but the real you. The you that doesn't take their crap anymore. The you that stands tall, unshaken, unbreakable. Because the past doesn't define you. You define you. Not your mistakes. Not your failures. Not their opinions. You. Every choice you make, every step you take, every time you get back up after they knock you down, that's who you are. But you can't step into that power if you're still living in the past, if you're still holding on to the pain like it's some kind of lifeline. Pain doesn't keep you alive, it drags you under. So let it go, let it die, and rise. Rise into the person you were always meant to be, the person they never saw coming. You're not the same person anymore, and that's your strength. That's your power. So stop looking back. Stop living in the shadows of who you used to be. Step into the light and show them what you're made of. And when you do, oh, they won't know what hit them. They'll look at you and see a stranger. Someone they can't control, can't manipulate, can't break. And that, my friend, is the sweetest revenge of all. You know, people love to talk about closure, don't they? Like it's some magic pill that makes everything better. Oh, you need to forgive. You need to move on, they say. But let me tell you something. Forgiveness isn't for everyone. Some wounds don't close. Some scars don't fade. And you know what? That's okay. Because those scars, they're proof you survived. Proof they couldn't kill you even when they tried. And oh, they tried, didn't they? With their words, their actions, their silence. They wanted you broken, beaten, a shadow of yourself. But here you are, still standing, still breathing, still fighting. And now, it's time to stop wasting it. Stop letting them dictate your story. It's your story, and it's time you write it the way you want. Let the fire consume what's behind you and light the path to what's ahead. Strength, all that resilience, you're wasting it on regret, on what ifs, on cabin fever. Let me ask you this, what good has it done you, huh? Sitting there, replaying the same memories over and over like a broken record. Do you think it's going to change anything? Do you think it's going to bring back the people you lost or undo the mistakes you made? No, the past is a prison and you're the one holding the keys. But instead of unlocking the door, you're sitting in the corner, staring at the walls, convincing yourself you belong there. Well, you don't. You never did. You think you're the only one who's ever screwed up, the only one who's ever been hurt, betrayed, left behind? Wake up. This world is full of broken people just like you. The difference, most of them stay broken. They give up. They let the pain win. But you've got a choice. You can let the past define you. Let it chain you down, bury you alive, or you can use it. Take all that pain, all that anger, all that regret, and turn it into fuel. Let it drive you, push you, make you stronger, because that's what the past is, it's fuel. The more it burns, the brighter you shine. Unpredictable. It's a big, wide open void, and you have no idea what's waiting on the other side. But here's the truth. What's waiting on the other side is freedom. Freedom from the chains of your past. Freedom to be who you were always meant to be. And trust me, it's worth every step of the journey. Truth? The void isn't your enemy. The unknown isn't something to fear. It's freedom. It's possibility. It's a blank slate where you can paint anything you damn well please. But instead of picking up the brush, you're sitting there, staring at the empty canvas, paralyzed by what ifs. What if I fail? What if it's worse than before? What if I'm not good enough? What if you don't fail? What if you get it right this time? What if everything you've been through, all the pain, all the struggle, was leading you to this moment, to the person you're about to become? But you'll never know unless you take the leap, unless you stop living in the shadow of who you used to be and step into the light of who you are now. The past, it's gone, dead, buried, yet here you are, digging it up, trying to bring it back to life. Why? To punish yourself? To feel something, anything, even if it's just the sting of regret? Let me tell you something about regret. It's a poison, slow, insidious, creeping through your veins until it paralyzes you completely. And the worst part, it's self-inflicted. You're the one drinking it, sip by sip, convincing yourself you deserve the pain. But you don't. You didn't come this far, survive this much, just to drown in a sea of your own regrets. You're better than that, stronger than that, and it's time you started acting like it. You think the world cares about your past, about your pain? It doesn't. It never has. It never will. The only thing the world respects is strength. Not the kind that comes from muscles or money, but the kind that comes from surviving, from getting knocked down and getting back up again, no matter how many times it happens. And that's what you are, a survivor, not a victim, not a failure, not a ghost of your past. A survivor, every scar, every wound, every tear, It's proof that you're still here, still fighting, still alive. And as long as you're alive, you've got a chance to rewrite your story, to become something they never saw coming, but only if you let go of the past. Only if you stop dragging it around like a ball and chain and start using it as fuel. Because that's what pain is, fuel. It can either burn you to the ground or light the fire that drives you forward. The choice is yours, but make no mistake. Choosing to stay in the past, to wallow in regret, that's not living. That's dying. Slowly, painfully, day by day. And you're better than that. You deserve better than that. Stop looking back. Stop clinging to the person you used to be. They're gone, dead, and good riddance. The person you're becoming, they're unstoppable. They're untouchable. They're everything you've ever wanted to be, and more, but only if you let go. Only if you stop living in the past and start living in the present. The future, that's yours for the taking, but you've got to reach for it. You've got to want it more than you want the comfort of your old chains. So what's it going to be? The past or the future? The chains or the freedom? The ashes or the fire? The choice is yours, but choose wisely, because this is your moment, your turning point, and the only person standing in your way is you. You know, most people, they're terrified of change, terrified of letting go. And it's not because they're weak. Oh no, it's because they're comfortable. Even in their misery, they cling to it like a child clutching a broken toy, whispering to themselves, "At least I know what this feels like." But you're not like them. You've already tasted change. You've already walked through hell and come out the other side. The problem is, you didn't realize what you were supposed to leave behind. You walked through the fire, but you're still carrying the ashes. Why? Because it's familiar? Because it's easier to hold on to the pain than to face the unknown? Or maybe it's because deep down you think you deserve it? I failed. I let them down. I wasn't strong enough. I don't deserve to be happy. Do you hear yourself? That's the sound of someone who's been trained to hate themselves. Trained by a world that told you your worth was defined by every mistake you've ever made, every person who walked away, every time you didn't measure up. But that's not the truth, my friend. You're not defined by your past. You're not defined by your failures. You are defined by what you choose to do next. And the time to choose is now. Say, nothing they do will ever change that. Because the moment you decide to stop letting them dictate who you are, the moment you stop living for their approval and start living for yourself, you become unstoppable. They'll watch you rise. They'll see you transform into someone they can't control, can't predict, and most of all, can't break. But that's their problem, not yours. They'll try to hold you back. They'll throw their words, their doubts, and their judgments, but they won't matter. You'll be too far gone, soaring above their petty concerns. They'll try to drag you back, but you'll be too far ahead, too high in the sky. And what they don't realize is that, in the end, it's not their approval you need. You've already got everything you need inside you. All the power, all the strength, all the fire. The only thing standing between you and your future is you. So choose wisely. Do you want to keep living for the past? Keep living in fear and regret? Or do you want to rise, to burn down everything that's holding you back, and step into the power of who you truly are? The choice is yours. And once you make it, once you step into the fire, there's no turning back. But that's okay, because you weren't meant to go back. You were meant to soar. And when you do, the world won't know what hit it. Nothing they do can stop you now. You're not the same person anymore. You're stronger, sharper, unstoppable. The world better watch out, because when you finally step into the light, when you finally become the person you were meant to be, you won't just survive, you'll thrive. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing, they can do about it.